If content creation has started to feel like a full-time job you didn't sign up for, this episode is for you. Because today I'm walking you through the exact 90-minute content planning method that ended my creative burnout, saved my sanity, and helped me plan 30 days of posts without stress, confusion, or guesswork. And here's the best part. You can literally do this with me as you listen. So if you've got your notes app, your planner, or your laptop handy, open it up because we're about to plan your next month of content together. At the end of this episode, you'll know how to plan 30 days of content in 90 minutes flat using my 3-step system. Simplify, align, batch. So grab your coffee, open your notes, and let's do this together. You're listening to the From Scratch podcast, the podcast for bold entrepreneurs who are done with cookie cutter advice, done with burnout, and done with building businesses that don't actually feel good. I'm your host, Kary, a near $1 million course creator, brand strategist, and business coach for women who are ready to do it differently. 7 years ago, I hit a level of success and still ended up crying on the bathroom floor. So trust me when I say starting from scratch isn't about starting over. It's about taking your power back and rebuilding on your own terms. Every week, you'll get unfiltered stories, bold strategies, and the mindset shifts you need to build with soul, sell with strategy, and grow something that feels like you. So let's get into it. Let's be real. Most of us don't have a content problem. We have a content planning problem. I learned that the hard way. For years, I lived in content chaos, always showing up, always thinking, always chasing the next good idea. My phone was full of half-written captions, saved audios, and random post ideas that never saw the light of day. And yet my results were flat. Because when you don't have a plan, every piece of content feels urgent. You're always reacting, not creating. You spend hours every week trying to figure out what to post instead of actually posting what matters. Here's the truth. Creative burnout doesn't happen because you're lazy. It happens because you're operating without direction. When you don't know what's coming next, your brain stays in survival mode. And you can't create from survival mode. Having a plan changes everything. It gives your creativity boundaries. It turns chaos into clarity. It shifts content creation from something you dread to something that actually works for your business. Let's walk through how to do it. This is my 90-minute content planning method. And if you follow along, you'll walk away from this episode with your next 30 days of content mapped out. Step 1, simplify. All right, now set your timer. You've got 30 minutes for this first phase. This step is all about cutting through the noise and deciding what you actually want to talk about. Because if you don't know your focus, no amount of planning will fix your confusion. So we're starting with clarity, defining your content pillars. Think of them as the 5 conversations your brand is going to lead online. The things you want to be known for that directly connect to your audience's needs and your offers. When I first started, I talked about everything. Business tips, marketing hacks, motherhood, mindset, random life updates. And it was exhausting. My audience didn't know what to expect, and honestly, neither did I. Once I simplified down to a few consistent themes, everything changed. My message got clearer, my audience grew faster, my content creation became 10 times easier. And here's why. Our brains crave patterns. When your content bounces around too much, your audience can't figure out what you do or how you can help them. But when you repeat consistent themes, they start associating you with a specific transformation. And that's how trust and belief is built. And it's that trust and belief that drive conversions. So grab your notes. Write down every topic you posted about over the last month. Circle the ones that tie directly to your business and your offers. Those are your foundation. Now narrow down that list to 5 content pillars. Then brainstorm 6 subtopic ideas under each pillar. You should end up with around 30 total ideas. 1 for each day of the month. If one of your pillars is brand story, subtopics might include your origin story, your why, client transformations, your brand values, lessons learned, a personal milestone. If another content pillar is sales strategy, subtopics might be how to overcome objections, your best sales tips, pricing mindset, how to write better calls to action, sales page do's and don'ts, how to sell without sounding salesy. See how this is starting to click? You're building structure and creative freedom. Clear focus without the chaos. Remember, this step is all about simplifying what you're saying. 5 content pillars, 6 ideas per pillar, 30 ideas total. Your foundation for the next month of content. Step 2, align. Now that you've got your 30 ideas, it's time to give each one a purpose. Because every post you create should have a goal to attract, nurture, or convert. This is the social sales funnel, and it's the backbone of every profitable content strategy. Let's break it down. Attract posts bring in new people. They educate, inspire, or entertain in a way that grabs attention and builds awareness. Think your bold opinions, relatable stories, or quick tips that make people say, I needed this. Nurture posts build connection and trust. These are your belief shifting posts, your behind the scenes stories, your I see you moments that show your audience you get them. Convert posts move people to action. They highlight transformation, share proof, make offers that invite your audience to take the next step. Look, if your content doesn't have a job, it can't do the work it's supposed to do. So let's align your 30 ideas. Next to each subtopic, assign it one goal: attract, nurture, convert. For example, common mistakes entrepreneurs make: attract. Behind the scenes of my process: nurture. Client testimonial: convert. Now your 30 ideas have direction. Each of them moves your audience through the journey instead of keeping them stuck in awareness mode. Remember, this step is all about aligning every post to a goal: attract, nurture, convert. If it's not doing one of those three, it's just taking up space. Step 3, batch. Now comes the fun part: execution. This is where you take everything you've mapped out and turn it into an actual plan you can stick to. So go ahead and set another 30-minute timer, and we're going to batch by format. Look at your 30 subtopic ideas and ask, what's the best way to deliver this message? Some ideas are best as reels: quick, visual, personal. Some belong in carousels, step-by-step or educational. Others make perfect captions: thoughtful, emotional, or story-driven. And some are best for stories or lives: conversational and real time. Assign each post a format that matches the message. And here's the magic of batching: it removes the daily "what do I post" panic. You're no longer creating under pressure. You're creating from intention. Your brain thrives in focus mode. When you batch, you work with your natural rhythm instead of against it. That's why one focused planning session creates better, more consistent content than 7 daily scattered ones. Remember, this step is all about batching by format. Create smarter, not harder. Now you've got your next 30 days planned. 5 pillars, 6 ideas per pillar, each assigned a goal and a format. That's the 90-minute method that took me from chaos to consistency, and it can do the same for you. But here's the thing: having a plan is just the start. The real magic happens when your content strategy connects deeply with your brand message and your audience's desires. And that's exactly what we do inside of Content from Scratch, my full program where I teach you how to create binge-worthy content that attracts, nurtures, and converts your audience. You'll learn the framework I've used to help hundreds of entrepreneurs go from scattered to strategic. Plus, you'll get 4 months of done-for-you content ideas and captions so you can plan faster than ever and post with confidence. Because you don't need more content. You need content that means more. And this is how you build it. So click the link below, and let's end the burnout and build a content system that finally works from scratch.